Hey y'all, I'm Alisa Nicole. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be explaining everything about the Asvab, how it's scored, what you need, what you can use to study for, what I use, what I scored, everything. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And let's get right into the video. Okay, so the Asvab is the test that you take to get into the military, and it also tells you what branches you qualify for and what jobs you qualify for within each branch. So the Asvab, it stands for, I don't know off the top of my head, okay, I have it written down, and it stands for the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. And so this is a multiple choice test. They give you about, I think it's a little bit over 2 hours to take it. I can't really remember. It was a few months ago when I took mine. And each branch wants a different minimum score. So the Air Force, like I'm joining the Air Force, the Air Force wants a 36. The Army wants a 31. The Navy a 35. The Marines a 31. And the Coast Guard a 45. So these are the minimum scores for each branch, and I know they sound low, but that's just like, that's what you have to make in order to qualify to get into each branch. So the test is scored from 0 to 99, but it's not like scored like how you would think, because you can make like a 30 or 40 something and still pass. So how can I explain this? Okay, so you're put into a pool of people. So like a category of people. I think it's like people that have their high school diploma, people that graduated college, something like that. It's something. So you're put into a pool of people, and let's say you make a 50. So if you make a 50, you did as good as or better than 50% of the people that you're in that category with. So you have arithmetic, reasoning, mathematics knowledge, word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, general science, auto and shop, electronics information, assembling objects, and mechanical comprehension. So those are all the 9 categories that you'll be testing over. But for like the percentage that really matters, like for the minimum score that you need, that's your AFQT score, and the AFQT score depends on how well you do in the arithmetic reasoning, the mathematics knowledge, the word knowledge, and the paragraph comprehension. So those are the categories that you really want to do good in. So you may want to go back and study a few things if you haven't done math in a long time, because that's what I had to do. I had to go back to the basics. Y'all, when I say basic stuff, I really mean basic, because before I took my test, I hadn't taken a math course since I think my sophomore year of college. So I had to brush up on like long division. I had to learn how to, y'all don't get on me, I had to learn how to multiply big numbers again. Like I knew how to do it, but I got confused. Like when you carry the number, I was like, okay, do you add that number or do you multiply that number too? So I had to practice, simple stuff like that for the math. What I use to study is a book called Asvab for Dummies. I got it off Amazon. I think it was like, I don't think it was more than like $15 at the time. So it's not a lot of money, it's very affordable. So that book really worked for me, it really helped. They have a lot of practice questions. They have it to where they break each question down, whether it's math, any of the categories, they break everything down, and it's simple how they explain it. And they also have 3 full practice tests. So you can, you can take the first test and see how what you need to work on. So you can do that before you start studying. And once you go through the test and see what what you're missing a lot of, then you can go and study that. And then maybe like midway to your test date, you can take the second one, and right before you can take the third one. So that's a good way you can track, your progress and know what you're actually learning and what you need to learn more of. I studied on and off from like the first time I went to go talk to my recruiter. I studied for like 3 months before I took my actual test because I was procrastinating, and I know I have test anxiety kind of. It's not too bad, but I do have it. So I use the Asvab for Dummies book. I'll put the link in my description. And I also downloaded a couple of apps. They really helped me because like if I didn't have my book and I was just like somewhere chilling, like my friend's house, or I was, anywhere, I could just get on the app and do a couple practice tests or some practice questions, brush up on some things. I'll explain the categories and how they work. Like I said, your AFQT score depends on those first 4 categories. And as far as the other categories, those are the categories that determine, I guess, what job you qualify for. So say you want a mechanical job, if you're into that, you would have to score high in like the assembling objects and the mechanical comprehension, obviously, and auto and shop, I think. That makes sense, right? So that determines what jobs you get. I scored pretty high on all the categories, but I wish I would have like kind of bombed the mechanical, because the mechanical jobs are like hot fields for recruiters, and they want to fill those jobs. So if I had scored lower, or like lower than a minimum to get those jobs, then I wouldn't have even been considered to, get a mechanical job. That's just me. It depends on you and what you want. So I took the Asvab once. I made a 73. Okay, my first recruiter, she recommended me to take the PICAT because it's the full Asvab instead of the like little condensed one that you can take in the office. So before I even took that, I started studying. So I took the PICAT, and with the PICAT, your recruiter sends you the link. It's on a secure website, and they tell you not to use any help or nothing. You're not supposed to do any of that, and I didn't, because when you take the PICAT, you're eligible to take a verification test to where you don't have to take the full Asvab at MEP. You can take the verification test, and I think it's like 15 to 30 minutes long, I guess, depending on you. So it's not as long. You're gonna get like similar questions that you got from the PICAT. The verification test is just to make sure that you didn't cheat on the PICAT exam. But when I took my PICAT, I got a 73, and before I could take my Asvab, my PICAT score expired. So you have to take it within, I think it's 30 days, 30 or 31. It's one of those, unless you want it to expire. And mine expired, so I took that, got a 73, and then I had to take the Asvab, the actual real Asvab at MEPS. Just because it expired. But I ended up scoring a 73 at MEPS too. So when you take the test, it's not going to be the same exact questions, but it's the same exact format. You have the same amount of time. I've also heard and seen or read, whatever, that when like some people that take the PICAT and actually pass their verification test, sometimes you can get randomly selected to take the Asvab. So it's just like a chance thing. But if I were you, I would take the PICAT just so I can have that opportunity just to take the PICAT at home. It's less stressful. You don't have to, go to MEPS and be under all that pressure and then just take the verification test at MEPS. So But don't cheat. Don't cheat, because if you take the PICAT and fail the verification test, then it's going to be obvious that you cheated, and then you're going to have to take the full Asvab anyway. So don't cheat yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I don't think I left anything out. If you have any questions about the Asvab, just leave them in the comments, or you can email me if you don't want to leave them in the comments. My email will be in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I touched on everything. So if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to comment and subscribe if you want to. Stay tuned for more videos. I got y'all.